morning. It's a rather overcast January morning out in the woods. It's a great time of year to look for a piece of wood or timber for whatever you want to make. And in my case, I'd like to make a longbow. I've been fascinated by longbows and archery since I was little. I've never used one. I'd love to make one. Yew, which is the wood most commonly associated with the English longbow, is rare and difficult to find. There's certainly none in our wood, but there's plenty of ash. And I've read that you can make a longbow out of ash. So, tomorrow I'm going to have a go at making my very own ash longbow. It's a curious thing. Yesterday, this was just a sapling growing in the wood, but just in the act of carrying it back, it's acquired a life of its own. It's already told me which way it wants to balance, and that this will be the belly of the bow, and this will be the back. I'm quite attached to it already. This bow is going to be about 66 inches long. That's the end mark. I'm going to cut the ends now and start the bow. Okay, these are my tools today: a Gerber machete, a drawer knife, an axe, a rasp, small file, bowie knife and a saw. This is harder than it looks. It's taken about an hour to get to this stage with this Ash Longbow. I now want to start working on this profile, to start forming a taper toward the end of the bow. I'm not too confident of my axe work or draw knife work, so I'm going to use a rasp to start forming the profile in this direction. Unfortunately, the rasp is clogging with this green and still wet ash wood. I'm having to take the risk to shape the profile with this. The beginnings of a longbow. The bow's beginning to bend a little bit. I think that's called tillering. I think it's time to cut some nocks in the end and put on a string, and to start gradually bending the bow. Time to take more wood off. I'm told this is the hardest part of the process now. You bend the bow, look how it curves, take a little bit more wood off, bend it again, take a little bit more wood off, bend it again, so that each limb is bending equally. It's surprisingly difficult. Okay, I've now strung the bow a little tighter and it's beginning to flex. I'm using this dead alder as a tillering stick. You can now see that the right hand part of the bow is bending more than the left hand part. So I've got to take some more wood off.